First we're going to check the oil. Right here you pull up the dipstick. You can read the levels, there's markings on it. It's pretty good.
Alright, so this is your basic Chevrolet model for cars, and I'm just going to show you like an overview of the fluids that this car has and just how you check them. So first, and probably most important, is going to be your oil, which is usually pretty much right on top of your engine. To check the oil, you just use the dipstick right over here, which basically you just pull it out. It'll have markings on it, you know, low and full, and just see where your oil level is. And then right over here, this is your antifreeze, and to check the antifreeze, there's a marking on the front of this one. It says this is the level that it should be at when it's cold. I just turned the car off, so it's still a little hot. When the car's hot, your level is going to be just a hair lower. And then right here is the power steering fluid. And to check the power steering fluid, you just take the cap off, and it's got a level. It's got 3 levels on it, and right now it's right at the cold mark, so that's not too terribly bad. I might need to add a little, but that's pretty good. Back here is your brake fluid. Basically the same thing. You can kind of see where the level is if you brush the dust off, but you can just take the cap off, and it's right up at the top, so that's good as well. And then over on this side is your windshield washer fluid. And basically you can't check that. Just if it stops coming out of your wipers, just put more in the car. So yeah, that's the basic fluid breakdown for this car model. Alright, so next we're going to be looking at the air filter, which are pretty easy to find. You just got to basically look for your hard plastic pipe that's leading to the engine, and you just basically follow it back. And this one's pretty simple. It's right here. This one's got 4 screws, so basically you just got to take them off, and then it'll pop out. So just let me do that real quick. There's always one screw that's harder to get at than the rest, apparently. Basically, you just pop this off. It doesn't really matter. Your air filter's right here. They're supposed to be clean. I haven't replaced this thing in a long time, so I'm guessing it's going to be filthy. So, yeah. That's something I think I could probably replace. But, I don't know. It still works. Keeps the dirt out of the engine, so that's what makes your engine run smoothly too. So I was in one of my friend's cars earlier this year, and we actually had this bolt come off of his car, and this thing came off and the car would barely run. So it's kind of important to get a clean flow of air to the engine. Also, if you want to replace these, it's really simple. You just go to Walmart, and Walmart has pretty much every car type air filter that you can possibly think about buying. So whatever, when you're done, put the new one back in there, which I do not have right now, but I probably need to get one. Basically just tighten up your full 4 bolts and you'll be done. Alright, so now we're going to show you how to get at and change your tail light in your car. Once again, there's lots of different styles, but this one's pretty straightforward. Basically, you have your two little hold on your interior that you can just unscrew. Put them in the trunk so I don't lose them. And then you basically just pull your cloth down, and you're basically going to see your light right here, which if you undo these two nuts, you can actually pull the whole socket out, but to get it to light, all you got to do is twist this and pull it out. And one thing with car lights that you want to make sure you're doing when you take them out, you don't actually touch them, so you can just use cloth or sweatshirt or whatever, and then pretty sure it just pulls out. And whatever, you get a new one and you just put it back in exact same way. Make sure you don't touch the new bulb especially, and then put it back in. Just find the hole, stick it back in there, and it twists locked. So basically you just got to twist it up, and now it's locked. You can pull on it, make sure it's actually locked in there, which it is. Pretty simple. Just put this back up here, make it look good, and find your tools to put your nice little nuts back on here to hold in your liner. That's how you change and get at your tail light.
So next we'll check the tire pressure. This guy is very good. He's got himself a little tire pressure cap. That's good. Cuts down on leakage. Alright, so to do this, we'll just go from this side. Just take your handy tire pressure, put it right up there, and push, bam. So he is currently at 34 psi, that's pounds per square inch. With the weather getting colder, little tip for you is every 10 degrees will alter your pressure by 1 pound. So if it's 40, you go to sleep, wake up, it's 20, you lost 2 pounds of pressure in your tire. So if you have one of the newer vehicles with a tire pressure monitor, your light will consistently come on due to weather and change and all that good stuff. So if you want to keep that off, what I do is I bump mine up 3 pounds, so when it fluctuates, the light won't come on. And yeah, that's how you change or check your tire pressure.
So next we're going to change this awesome tire right here. It's pretty good. One trick I've learned when taking off tires with the tire wrench that really stinks is if you loosen the nuts before you actually lift the tire off the ground. They're nice and squeaky because I didn't put any lubricant or anything on them last time when I put the tire on, so nice rust and stuff on there. Okay, once you have them all loosened up, I always take your basic car jack that you get with the car and raise it up a little, because it kind of stinks to actually raise it up once it's on the ground. Except for that's too much apparently. Okay, so this car is pretty simple and it's pretty basic where to put your tire jack on. There's a metal bar right here. Basically, when you're putting a jack on your car, make sure you want to either be on something that you'll know will support the weight of the car, or it doesn't hurt to be on the frame. This is not the frame. I just know that this will support the weight just because I put it there a lot. So, and then basically you start the tedious task of cranking the tire up, cranking the jack up, which with one of these nice car jacks that you get really is kind of a pain in the butt. Is the best thing I can tell you. It just stinks. Alright, so now we got the car jacked up. This tire's off the ground. It's loose. You can see that. The advantage of loosening them before is you don't even have to use this now that the tire's off the ground. You can basically just unscrew by hand these nuts. Well, you're supposed to be able to. There's a couple, 3 that are a little tight apparently. That's not a huge deal. One nut that's always hard, I guess. What's up? And the tire just comes off just like that.